In this video, I'd like to say a few things to help you make the most out of this course and enjoy the time you spend watching the lectures and working on the experiments. Learning anything that matters takes time. So plan for your learning and dedicate the necessary time to your schedule. Be in control of your learning through planning. I designed this course for people new to the Arduino, electronics and programming. If that sounds right, please don't skip any lectures, especially in parts 1, which is about the hardware, and 2, which is about the programming. The content in part 3, the experiments, depends on the basics that you will learn in the first 2 parts of this course. I suggest that you try to complete each section in a single sitting. For most sections, especially in part 3, you can comfortably complete them within 1 hour. In part 3, I've provided wiring schematics and demo sketches for each experiment. If you're accessing this course on the Tech Explorations website, then you'll find these resources inside the lecture page below the video. If not, please look for the sketches and schematics in the course GitHub repository. Look out for 10-second brain stretch exercises. These are quick questions that I've added in some of the lectures that challenge you to think quickly. In most cases, the trigger for a brain stretcher exercise is a mistake that I've made while recalling a lecture, which is always a great learning opportunity. There's also a chance to think about an alternative way to achieve an outcome. I've based the course content on the classic Arduino Uno board and a collection of simple tools, sensors and other components like LEDs and buttons. I suggest that you get this hardware before you begin work in the course to be able to follow along and complete the experiments. I prepared a hardware list that you can find on the Tech Explorations website. It contains everything that you need as well as retail sources. You can purchase each item in the list separately or look at a kit option such as the Arduino Student Kit or the DF Robot Beginner Kit for Arduino. In part 1 of the course, I've dedicated lectures where I show you the contents of those kits so you can figure out which one is better for you. Even though they don't have all of the components that I use in this course, they have more than enough to help you start quickly. Check the list of hardware at the address that you see in this slide. Each lecture has 1 or no more than 2 learning outcomes and an equal number of practical outcomes, such as completing an experiment successfully. Do not proceed to the following lecture until you have succeeded in both understanding the learning outcomes of the lecture and having achieved the practical outcomes of that lecture. If you proceed without completing the learning and practical outcomes of a lecture, you have the risk of hitting an obstacle later and then having to come back and try again. Of course, it's always okay to peek ahead and see what's coming up, but be mindful that previous lectures must be completed first.